Hi everybody, I'm Dominic from AskMeDIY.com. In this video, we're going to go over and show you how to put laminate, like Formica or Wilson art, but it's a laminate, on a piece of wood, say making a countertop, right? I already went and made the countertop. That's not what the video is about. The video is on how to put the laminate on. We're going to start with our first edge here. Now I went already and cut everything because quite honestly I wasn't going to make a video on it, but then later on decided, hey, wait a minute. This will make a good video, so I hope somebody can get some use out of it. I went and cut our strip. Now, this is our front edge. The front edges, the sides, front, back, whatever it may be. You want to put those on first because your top, later on, is going to sit on top of that. Now, with the good glue, I'm using a Wilson Art 600. It smells nasty, it's flammable, all that, so be really careful. Make sure you use it in a well-ventilated area. I think I'm getting a little dizzy right now. I like to use a paintbrush for the edges and just simply paint the, well not paint, but apply the glue to your wood or your surface, whatever it is. Hopefully it's wood. Make sure you use a nice amount of it. Not a lot where it's flowing all over the place, but a nice amount, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this whole front edge, and then we're going to do, of course, the back side of our laminate. In our case, is a, I don't know what color you want to call it. It's a funky color. All right. So then, after our wood has dried up nice and nice, and our glue on our strips are also dried up. Then we can connect them two together, but we'll show you how to do that. Now, you'll know when the glue is dry is when you touch it. And it just feels maybe a little bit tacky. But let me set all this up and we'll get back to you as soon as we're done. Just 3 seconds here. All right, I put all the glue on my front edge and on my strip. And I'm just going to sit here and, actually I'm not going to sit here, I'm going to go somewhere and do something for a little while I let this tack up really nice, okay? Because you really, once you apply it, you only get one chance. So, see you in a little bit. Alright, well, our glue is all dried. I think I'm feeling a little funky because of all the smell of the glue. But we're going to give it a try anyway. Okay, now I cut this strip a little bit more than 2 inches wide. Our countertop is only 1.5 inches wide. What I like to do, sometimes with 2 people it's great, but my second person is actually recording this video so you guys can learn. I like to grab it like this. So when I go up against the top, without touching this to the top yet, so I can feel it. So I want the edge to be kind of centered. And it doesn't have to be, you know, perfect, but I definitely want this strip overlapping both the top and the bottom, okay? That's why I made it bigger. I'm going to start by the middle. Now this is only a 6 foot wide top. I'm going to actually just start from the middle, go carefully place it on. Remember, as soon as this stuff touches, it's like stuck. You want to make sure you're nice and even. And gently touch it. I mean, just gently, look, stuck. Now from the middle, I'm going to make sure. So like right here, I can feel, I don't have that much of a look, about 1/4 inch, but on top I have about 1/2 inch, which is, look how much I was off, but it's still good enough. I'm going to go down the other side, and again, nice, okay. Now we're going to push it on. Now I have a roller around here somewhere, and a roller, just a little hand roller helps you push it on, but the thin strip, don't need it really for this. So just push it out with my hand, make sure that everything's nice and even, nothing's falling off, everything looks good. And like that. And of course, we got about 1 foot extra there. Okay, now, I'm going to get the trimmer, which is a special trimmer. I'll show you that in a second. With the trimmer, I'm going to go around, I'm going to cut all this excess off. Once we cut all this excess off, we're going to clean it up really good, and then we're going to put the glue on the top and the laminate. So, see you in a second. All right, well, now we're gonna show you how to trim it. Now, a lot of people think they can use one of these with the trimming blade in here to trim it. But this is a router. It's heavy, it's powerful, definitely not what you want to use. And use a trimmer. A trimmer, it's a 1/4 inch shank. It's a lot smaller, and it's designed for trimming laminate, veneers, things like that. Let's see if I can give you a close-up of the way this blade is. Up on top here, or the bottom, and which way you're holding it, is a bearing. Now that bearing is designed to keep the cutter away from what you're not cutting. So in this case, we're going to be resting it right on here, and that bearing is going to ride along the top, around along the edge, and along the bottom. But cutting, and you have a depth. Now if you look at it, yeah, it's pretty long. Now, you don't want to do something like that. If you did that, okay, in the perfect world, it would cut. But you make a little mistake, and believe me, that little mistake is going to take a nice gouge out of your wood, and that's not going to be any good. So I like to set it about, I don't know, a 1/4 inch or so. You have that to play with, just tighten it up, and now we're ready to go. Very important, the base of this. I'm going to be holding this base very, very flat against my laminate. In this case, it's like this. If I was doing the top, it would be like that. I don't want to pivot this at all. I want to keep it very, very straight, okay? And now you know about this tool. Second most important tool, the glasses. Using a router or a trimmer, anything like that, definitely always want to use that. And ear protection is always good. I got my little plugs in there, you really can't see them. But they're in there, so let's start cutting. Where do you begin? Where do you start? Hey, it's going to be round. Pretty good. Okay, so you did all this. Now one thing you want to pay attention to before you go any further. We got glue up on the top of the top when we were gluing the edge. And you want to be really careful if you don't want to get any glue on there. You're only kidding yourself. It's glue. It's going to get everywhere. All right, so I'm really not concerned about it. But as I'm cutting, got all the chips here, all your dust. It's going to start embedding itself into that glue that you left behind. Not real bad, but sometimes you can get a buildup on it. Just want to make sure I didn't leave any high spots on that. Could have one right there. Okay, because you want to clean this edge up. You want to make sure you got it really nice and good. before you start applying that glue, and then of course applying the top of the laminate there. And you see we got a little buildup right there? Again, I just picked that off my fingernail, not a big deal at all. And that's good. That is actually ready to go. One thing, I want to pay attention when you're using this. If you put too much glue on and you have a lot of glue just spewing out all over the place, you want to pay attention because that glue will get caught up on here, and then all of a sudden make that wrap around your bearing and make your bearing wider, so in turn is going to make the cutter not cut nice and clean and as deep. So you want to make sure you go a little bit. I mean, this is just a small area, but if you're doing a lot of it, make sure that's clean. All right, so let's get going on the top and we'll show you how to do that. All right, well, now we got our front edge all glued and trimmed. Now we're ready to start applying the glue to our laminate and then our top. I like to do our laminate first because the laminate is usually awkward. It's pretty big, like this one, pretty awkward. And again, the laminate is it's very delicate. Move it the wrong way, hit the corner, boom, no good. All right, so all I do is flip it upside down and just lay it right on our top that we're going to be working on. The glue I like using is the Wilson Art 600. It's a good, strong glue. Again, it's flammable. It's a nasty smell, but make you feel funny in a short time. A roller, a glue applicator. And with the glue, instead of putting it in a tray and then you got a big mess, make things simple. I like to just stretch it out. Just get the gallon and just pour a little bit. Right on. Simple, easy, saw the mess. And again, just gonna roll it out. Okay, you're not gonna roll this out really thick and crazy, okay? But you wanna make sure you have enough on there. You want the strength, you want it to last for a while. But just roll it out, make sure you get good coverage. Now, a very important thing is to make sure that you clean up everything. You don't want to leave no dust behind. You have a piece of dust, pieces of sawdust, well, guess what? You got a big problem with that. Any sawdust left behind, well, consider yourself SOL. Not gonna work, okay? So make sure you get that really good clean. Okay. I'm not bothering putting any glue on this part of the laminate because this is actually extra that we're gonna cut off. So no sense wasting it. Move the glue around. Let's see. I have enough glue. Okay. Again, simple. Make sure you cover every little edge on it. Roll it out, make sure it's even. No big chunks behind, and something there. What that was. Okay. Glued, done. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this somewhere now. And that's always, where do you put it? Oh, be careful where you put it, because now we're gonna have to put the on here. Okay, see you in a few minutes. All right, glue's all set on our laminate and on the top. Now you feel the glue, you're like, wow, this is dry. It's honestly, the weather's nice, it's dry outside. The flammable glue, which seems to dry quicker. Piece of plastic is a great way to tell. Lay it on there. Look, it's not even sticking to it. Great. Pretty good, okay? Before we can get the laminate and lay that laminate on, remember, basically this is contact cement. So you have it on each surface, not just one of them, because it ain't gonna do anything. Trust me, you need it on both, okay? But as soon as those two surfaces make contact, that's it. And this is a large surface. You put this on crooked, throw it in the garbage, because chances of you getting it apart are pretty slim. Regular wooden dowels. They're probably about $1 each. They work great. Just lay them out. Lay them right on top. Makes things pretty simple. Lay them right on top there. Whatever little spacing you want to do. Okay, I would say no more than a foot apart though. Okay, now we're going to get the laminate, which has the glue, which is all set up now. We're going to get that laminate. We're going to lay that laminate right on top here. And with these dowels in place, we don't have to worry about those two surfaces touching yet. All right, so let me go get that laminate and I'll show you how it's done. All right, well, now this, like I said, is almost an 8-foot long piece. And I'm going to, by myself, okay, lay it right on top of the wooden dowels. The wooden dowels, I can move it around. Okay? Now, I'm more concerned, you know, again, depends what your top is for. This particular top, which I'll show you when we're all done, it's actually a desk, okay? But don't tell anybody yet. Right, so, and it's built in, so we don't have a left and right edge, so that's why we didn't put the edges on it, because we really don't care about it. But we do have a front edge. So I want to make sure that we have enough around the front, and the edges, great. And of course, the back. Okay? And we're all good. We're like we're ready to go. Okay? What I like to do now is just pull the dowel out. Slide it right out, okay? Lay it down. Lay it down. Take the next one out. Okay? Keep pressing down on it. Again. And the last one on that side. Okay. Now that is stuck in there. Make sure, feel anything. Make sure everything's all good. Run along the edge. Now, too much pressure on the edge. Remember, you're overlapping. You can snap that pretty easy. Okay, good. Okay, now I'm going to get the trimmer, and I'm going to go ahead and trim all this like we did on that front edge. Well, here's my new counter, which is my built-in desk for our new office. Anyway, I hope you learned something. I'm Dominic from AskMeDIY.com. Thanks for watching.